motion, which means movement. How motion is made? Proposing motion. A motion is proposed by a member of the body for the consideration of the body as a whole. Generally, the person making the motion, known as the mover, must first be recognized by the chairman as being entitled to speak. This is known as obtaining the floor. How is motion created? When a force acts, pushes or pulls on an object, it changes the object's speed or direction. In other words, makes it accelerate. The bigger the force, the more the object accelerates. When a force acts on an object, there's an equal force called a reaction acting in the opposite direction. What is called motion? Motion in physics change with time of the position or orientation of a body. Motion along a line or a curve is called translation. Motion that changes the orientation of a body is called rotation. What is motion and what causes it? Motion is any kind of movement. Motion is caused by force. A stationary object does not move unless a force acts on it to start it going. Once it is moving, it carries on at the same speed and in the same direction. Unless a force makes it speed up, change direction or slow down and stop. Who discovered motion? Far more than just discovering the laws of gravity, Sir Isaac Newton was also responsible for working out many of the principles of visible light and the laws of motion and contributing to calculus. What is the first law of motion? Newton's first law of motion, inertia. An object at rest remains at rest, and an object in motion remains in motion at constant speed and in a straight line unless acted on by an unbalanced force. What force causes motion? Gravity and friction are the forces leading the way in creating motion. Changing ether or both forces will affect the motion of an object. Gravity is the force of attraction between two objects. Everything has mass, which is the amount of stuff in an object. What causes motion to stop? Friction is a force that slows or stops motion. Friction is the resistance to motion created by two objects rubbing against each other, the sled and the snow, for instance. Even air causes friction. What is Newton's second law called? To understand this, we must use Newton's second law, the law of acceleration. Acceleration is equal to force versus mass. Newton's second law states that the acceleration of an object is directly related to the net force and inversely related to its mass. How many forces are in motion? These two forces are called action and reaction forces and are the subject of Newton's third law of motion. Formerly stated, Newton's third law is for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. What causes fast motion? A force can speed up or slow down an object. A force can change the direction in which an object is moving. A bigger force on an object will produce a bigger change in the motion. A heavier object requires a larger force than a lighter object in order to undergo the same change in motion. What is force? A vector. Introduction to mechanics. Vector quantities are quantities that possess both magnitude and direction. A force has both magnitude and direction. Therefore, force is a vector quantity. Its units are Newton's N. Friends, a question always eats me up inside. Is the sun rays a force or the sun ray is just the motion of light? Well, someday I will make the answer to these questions easy. Till then, let me have some breakfast. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Life goes on here. Life is there too. Our little life. There is a better life. Happy to go there. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. If it's bigger than the earth, maybe that planet is something special. We have to win this is slow pace. Happy to get there somehow. Happy to get there somehow. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. The motion of this rays, this momentum is so strong that when the reflection of this rays from the planets, the reflection doesn't just light up the satellite but also the planets themselves. Moonlight consumes that satellite by the rays of light. What is ultraviolet and what is reflection? Ultraviolet is a form of electromagnetic radiation with wavelength shorter than that of visible light but longer than X-rays. UV radiation is present in sunlight and constitutes about 10% of the total electromagnetic radiation output from the sun. Ultraviolet physics adjective of electromagnetic radiation having a wavelength shorter than that of the violet end of the visible spectrum but longer than that of X-rays. What is the ultraviolet easy definition? UL BYOHLET RAYDWAYSHUN invisible rays that are part of the energy that comes from the sun. Why is it called ultraviolet? The word itself, ultraviolet, refers to the fact that its wavelength is shorter than the violet end of the spectrum of visible light. The Latin prefix ultra means beyond. What is ultraviolet used for? UV radiation is widely used in industrial processes and in medical and dental practices for a variety of purposes such as killing bacteria, creating fluorescent effects, coloring inks and resins, photography and sun tanning. Different UV wavelengths and intensities are used for different purposes. Is ultraviolet harmful? UV ray either from the sun or from artificial sources like tanning beds can cause sunburn. Exposure to UV rays can cause premature aging of the skin and signs of sun damage such as wrinkles, leathery skin, liver spots, actinic keratosis and solar clastosis. UV rays can also cause eye problems. How is ultraviolet produced? UV radiation is produced either by heating a body to an incandescent temperature, and as is the case with solar UV, or by passing an electric current through a gas, usually vaporized mercury. The latter process is the mechanism whereby UV radiation is produced artificially. Who discovered ultraviolet? John William Ritter on 22 February 1801. John William Ritter discovered UV radiation in Jena. In general, this achievement is less well known than his work on galvanism. Ritter was the creator of modern electrochemistry. Reflection is the change in direction of a wave front at an interface between two different media, so that the wave front returns into the medium from which it originated. Common examples include the reflection of light, sound and water waves. What is the reflection of light? When a ray of light approaches a smooth polished surface and the light ray bounces back, it is called the reflection of light. The incident light ray that land on the surface is reflected of the surface. The ray that bounces back is called the reflected ray. What is reflection versus refraction? Reflection can simply be defined as a bouncing back of light when it strikes the medium on a plane. Refraction can be defined as the process of the shift of light when it passes through a medium, leading to the bending of light. The light entering the medium returns to the same medium is called refraction. Refraction is the bending of light. It also happens with sound, water and other waves. As it passes from one transparent substance into another, this bending by refraction makes it possible for us to have lenses, magnifying glasses, prisms and rainbows. Even our eyes depend upon this bending of light. What is the law of reflection? The law of reflection states that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal to the surface of the mirror all lie in the same plane. Furthermore, the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence. Both angles are measured with respect to the normal to the mirror. Why do stars twinkle? The stars seem to twinkle in the night sky due to the effects of the Earth's atmosphere. When starting enters the atmosphere, it is affected by winds in the atmosphere and areas with different temperatures and densities. This causes the light from the star to twinkle when seen from the ground. What are reflection types? Reflection is divided into these types: diffuse, specular and glossy. What are two laws of reflection? Laws of reflection are: 1. The incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal ray at the point of incidence lie in the same plane. 2. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. What is the first law of light? According to the first law of reflection, when a ray of light reflects off a surface, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Who gave laws of reflection? The ancient Greek mathematician Euclid described the law of reflection in about 300 BCE. This states that light travels in straight lines and reflects from a surface at the same angle at which it hit it. What is Newton's law of light? Newton's model of light proposes that propagation of light is caused by the rectilinear motion of light particles, which he termed light corpuscles. These light particles travel at a finite speed, and their interactions with the external environment, e.g., rigid surfaces, walls, and human eye, obey Newton physics. Who founded reflection? John Dewey is thought to be the founder of reflection as it. R. The motion of these rays does not stop. Its power is reflection. This is an example of leadership. Sheep. Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This is called a leader. 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 Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This life is a gift, friend. Is it to respect them? Came here as a fire. Why travel with her? Why travel with her? This life is a gift, friend. Is it to respect them? Came here as a fire. Why travel with her? Why travel with her? Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This is called a leader. 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 Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. There is a dream in the heart. Run with pride. My country will be high there. I would say proudly. I would say proudly. This is called a leader. 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 There is a dream in the heart. Run with pride. My country will be higher. I would say proudly. I would say proudly. Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This is called a leader. 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 Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. They say we are born with a heart. Do you know what the heart is? The heart is not only the transporter of nutrients from the liver. Heart shows the way to turn dream into reality through breath. We just have to know the heart. All we have to do is listen to the sound of the beat. Friends, heart tell us away from someone else. We are higher than ourselves. The heart promotes us to try. Recognize, friends, heart. Recognize pace as well. It's a race. Liver alone is not everything in life. You know, guys, where my mother gave birth to me, today a small area tied up at that place is a Kedarnath hospital of Bali municipality. This Kedarnath hospital belongs to that era when there were many famous hospitals in the whole of Bengal. Even very important hospitals of the whole of India were probably there. I am not only talking about Bihar, Uttar Pradesh. My own many relatives who live in Assam, Tripura. Those people are also born in this Kedarnath hospital only. Even many people from other countries like Bangladesh are born in this Kedarnath hospital only. But this Kedarnath hospital has become a sleep today. Guys, maybe you know our India was many times under the control of others. Among these, the Mughal Sultanate was the most discussed. And among these Mughal sultans, Humayun was the emperor who depended on the heart. He tried 36 times and achieved the sultanate by making a spider a dream. And today, world beauty is forcing an unprecedented Kedarnath hospital to faint. Where did the pain of our mind go? Where did the pace of the heart's dream go? Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This is called a leader. 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 Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This life is a gift to pain. Is it to respect them? Came here as a fire. Why travel with her? Why travel with her? This life is a gift, friend. Is it to respect them? Came here as a fire. Why travel with her? Why travel with her? Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This is called a leader. 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 Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. There is a dream in the heart. Run with pride. My country will be high there. I would say proudly. I would say proudly. This is called a leader. 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 There is a dream in the heart. Run with the pride. My country will be higher. I would say proudly. I would say proudly. Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. This is called a leader. 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 Don't stop thinking that the world is ahead. You are the guide. We are behind. We are behind you. Biggest truth of the world. Know what, friends? Easiest answer came, ate and went. Guys, this answer is compulsory. But you have to consider this answer only. It is not that easy to come, eat and go, friends. Each break has to rely on two methods. One is the creator, the other is the creativity maker. To come also one has to depend on the creator and creativity maker, who is Papa and Mama. Now you think who is the creator and who is the creativity maker. I go on about food. Friends, who cooks food? We can say in one word that the farmer. Think, friends, do farmers really grow crops? No, friends. Otherwise, forest resides even in fertile land, but the crop does not grow. Means, if nature wants, then only the land will give crop. It means mother is the creator and mother is the creativity maker. Then who is Papa? You find the answer, guys. Until then, I would like to spend some time about going. Means to go. What's up, guys? To go means to die. To die means to freeze. What is the speed? The speed is the creator, as well the speed is also the creativity maker. Means light, that is actual coming from the sun. Means Papa. Actually ray means death. Friends, according to our Hindu religion, if the sun is the creator, then Yama is the solar sun. whose work is the idea of good and evil. Well, here is the correct answer to our question. Neither mother is the creator and creativity maker, neither papa is the creator and creativity maker. Both parents share the creator and the creativity maker between their sperm and egg. Only then a leader becomes a dictator, leader, hero. My doll. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Life goes on here. Life is there too. Our little life. There is a better life. Happy to go there. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. If it's bigger than the earth, maybe that planet is something special. We have to win. This is so pace. Happy to get there somehow. Happy to get there somehow. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Friends, do you know the difference between creator and creativity maker? Creativity maker is the one who pulls the light in the dark and the first finger. And the creator is the one who breaks the darkness and brings light. No matter how much the difference between the two is felt, but friends, if you find who is bigger among these two, you wouldn't get the answer easily. Well, we will find out who is the creator, who is the creativity maker. Only then will we know who is the leader. Who first defined creativity? The first Polish poet to actually apply the term creativity was Message Kazimierz Sergejesk. who applied it specifically to poetry for more than a century and a half. The idea of human creativity faced resistance due to the fact that the world creation was reserved for creation out of nothing. Creator God. A creator God or creator God is a deity in human religion and mythology responsible for the creation of the earth, the world and the universe. In monotheism, the only God is often also the creator. In other versions of creation, the creator deity is one who is equivalent to Brahma, the spiritual reality in Hinduism. In Vaishnavism, Vishnu creates Brahma and orders the rest of the universe to exist in Shaivism. Shiva can be regarded as the creator. In Shaktism, the great goddess forms the Trinity. A leader is one who inspires passion and motivation in followers. A leader is someone who has a vision and a path to make it happen. A leader is someone who makes sure their team has the support and tools to achieve their goals. Leadership both as a research field and as a practical skill encompasses the leadership of an individual, group or organization, the ability to influence or guide other individuals, teams or entire organization. The term leadership is often seen as a controversial term. Who is a true leader? What is a true leader? Simply put, a true leader leads by example, fosters strong relationships with individuals and teams alike and ensures that all reach their full potential while achieving organizational goals. The way tradition is followed by principle. The way the generation go on making their father the way. Friends, we are mother's tolerance, but our mother herself wants our father to be ideal. I salute you, mother. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction of father shadow on the end. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Every moment that seventh month, remember no one got a life. Milk them, scattered. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Every moment that mother some, remember no one got a life. Milk them scattered. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction of father shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction of father shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Baby too old gives the paternal introduction. Where is mom? Here is the face on me picture. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Baby too old gives the paternal introduction. Where is mom? Here is facing on me pictures. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction of father's shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the oval. Since that mother some is the helpless every moment. The name of our King is the stream of life. Introduction of Father's shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother song is the helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother song is the helpless every moment. What is the race? What is tradition? Were we born without a mother in reproduction? Why is the father always the protector of the clan? Mothers has no value. Guys, it's nothing to be angry about. This is tradition. It's not just the human species. This tradition goes on in all species of creatures. Like mothers are of no use. Just a few days ago, a friend of mine suddenly told me, if your grandfather's death certificate is not there, then you will be thrown out of India. I said, my grandmother's death certificate is. Grandfather passed away 55 years ago. So I was told then it is difficult, and I was told that this is the new rule of India. Guys, I was scared. I couldn't see any light. I was totally nervous. Is my grandmother nobody? Who knows in which country will the Indian army leave me at this age? Then suddenly remembered, this house of mine is 70 years old from today. And most importantly, from the very beginning, the treasure of this house was being given in the name of my grandfather. That too with the evidence in the panchayat. Later on the government approved in my mother's name. My fear is gone. Yes, but friends, I have not had any such harassment after all. But really this rule was made in India. I have to say today, do mothers have no introduction? What if something happened? My grandmother, who has lived in this house for 70 years, would have been my real acquaintance? Have to think, guys. Mother who sweats after keeping her in the womb for 7 months. At least I salute you. Mother, I salute you. The name of our King is the stream of life. Introduction of Father's shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Since that mother's home is helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother's home is helpless every moment. Every moment that seventh month, remember no one got a life. Milk them, scattered, scattered. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Every moment that mother some remember no one got a life. Milk them scattered, scattered. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction Father shadow on the head. Every morning follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction Father shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Baby too old gives paternal introduction. Where is mom? Here is the face in home pictures. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Baby too old gives the paternal introduction. Where is mom? Here is face in home pictures. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. Friends, that mother some easy helpless every moment. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction of Father's shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some is helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some is helpless every moment. The name of walking is the stream of life. Introduction of Father's shadow on the head. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some is helpless every moment. Everyone follows this custom of the world. Friends, that mother some is helpless every moment. Guys, this is a race, what is called inheritance. You and I don't even know that much. By the way, astronomy handles the composition by calling it male sequence or familiarity, which opens the pages of history by giving the form of Gotra in our Hindu religion. By the way, I, my father, my grandfather, we belong to the Modgulya Gotra. The question is arising in your mind, what is this male sequence? For example, which is the correct order of men? A. Testis, vas deferens, urethra. What is the order of the seminiferous tubulus? Seminiferous tubulus, rete testis, vasa differentia, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct, urethra, urethral meatus. What is male structure? What is the male order? The male reproductive system consists of the external genitalia, penis, testes and scrotum, and internal parts including the prostate gland, vas deferens and urethra. What is male formation? Male gametes are produced in the anthers of angiosperms in the pollen cone of gymnosperm and in the pistil head of liverworts and mosses. All gametes are formed through meiosis and come from a single mother cell. Friends, this is every stage which we understand as male sequence. Mother create all these misdeeds. But who among us finds who was the first mother? Mothers are the first or the last. They are the only ones to endure. But I understand my debt like mother's milk. I can't forget my mother's tears. I feel the passions of my mother in becoming my doll's father. Mother, your immense grace. I salute my wife too. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Life goes on here. Life is there too. Our little life, there is a better life. Happy to go there. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, We are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. If it's bigger than the earth, maybe that planet is something special. We have to win. This is slow pace. Happy to get there somehow. Happy to get there somehow. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Friends, family or lineage is such a truth due to which the prosperity of the human race is known. By the way, there are efforts in science too called DNA test. Friends, the DNA test has gained so much importance that it has been widely used in administrative work. What is this clan or clan? What is this real break of DNA? Heritage, inheritance is the practice of inheriting personal property, titles, debts, entitlements, privileges, rights and obligation upon a person's death. Inheritance rules differ between societies and have changed over time. What is the meaning of inheritance in C++? Inheritance is a mechanism for reusing and extending existing classes without modifying them. Thus, generating hierarchical relationships between them. Inheritance is almost like embedding an object into a class. What is genetic inheritance? Genetic inheritance studies how certain hereditary traits are transmitted from generation to generation. That is how certain physical, morphological or biochemical characteristics are transmitted from parents to children in the process of fertilization and gestation. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is a polymer composed of two polynucleotide chains that are coiled around each other to form a double helix. Polymers contain the genetic instructions for the growth, function, development and reproduction of all known organisms and many viruses. DNA and ribonucleic acid are nucleic acid. How do we know that DNA is real? We know that DNA exists in this double helix because it is the only shape that can explain the X-ray diffraction pattern. We know that not only from the image of Rosalind Franklin but also from many other images taken over the years by many other scientists. What is DNA and what is its function? DNA is the information molecule. It stores the instructions for making other large molecules called proteins. These instructions are stored inside each of your cells, distributed across 46 long structures called chromosomes. These chromosomes are made up of thousands of small segments of DNA called genes. Why is it called DNA? Because of its structure, DNA is commonly referred to as deoxyribonucleic acid. Nucleic acids have a phosphate backbone with bases such as adenine, cytosine, guanine and thymine, while the deoxyribose portion has a pentose sugar. In deoxyribose, the minus OH group at position 2 of the sugar ring is absent. Who discovered DNA? The historical ideas of Watson and Crick relied heavily on the work of other scientists who used DNA first. DNA fingerprinting was first used in forensic science in 1986 when police in the UK asked Dr. J. Jeffries to verify a suspect's confession that he was responsible for two rape murders. What is ancestry tracing by DNA? Because we inherited half of our chromosomes from each of our parents, DNA serves as a molecular tool for tracing our ancestry instead of sequencing all the genes in a person's genome. Genetic testing is done by sequencing small stretches of DNA called markers. What is infectious disease genetic testing? In addition to identifying the microbes causing the infection, genetic testing can also be used to determine the type equivalent, e.g., subtype, strain, or species of the microbe present. This information can help in the treatment of an infection and link multiple cases to a common source of infection. Friends, sometimes the air of our environment changes due to which infection arises. Infectious disease genetic tests allow us to identify and we can also find out its break. Friends, will you even be able to forget the pandemic of 2020? Is it possible to forget COVID-19 coronavirus disease? Friends, it is certainly in our so indeed none, and we are so populated, suddenly helpless. They were virus corona, sensation is COVID-19 virus corona. They were virus corona, they were virus corona. It is suddenly in our this so indeed none, and we are so populated, suddenly helpless. They were virus corona, they were virus corona. Don't it touch anyone, everyone apart from everyone else. Scary atmosphere, will it die as a stranger? They were virus corona, they were virus corona. That one is COVID-19 virus corona. They were virus corona, they were virus corona. Don't it touch anyone, everyone apart from everyone else. Scary atmosphere, will it die as a stranger? They were virus corona, they were virus corona. It is suddenly in our way, this wind is unknown, and we are so populated, suddenly hell village. Deo yaar virus corona. Deo yaar virus corona. Breathless rivers of bloody storm. Even after dying, nothing happened. Neither Hindu, Christian, nor Muslim. Everyone born to ashes. The oil virus corona. The oil virus corona. Breathless rivers of bloody storm. Even after dying, none happened. Neither Hindu, Christian, or Muslim. Everyone born to ashes. The oil virus corona. The oil virus corona. It is suddenly in our way. This wind is unknown. And we are so populated. Suddenly hell village. The oil virus corona. Sensationless COVID-19 virus corona. The oil virus corona. The oil virus corona. It is suddenly in our way. This wind is unknown. And we are so populated. Suddenly hell village. The oil virus corona. The oil virus corona. Friends, do you remember this COVID-19 coronavirus from 2019 till date? Silent war with us humans to kill the virus of an unknown species. Finally we didn't succeed, guys. But by trying our method, that COVID-19 coronavirus was forced to become silent. Then, who is this COVID-19 coronavirus? What type of virus is COVID-19? COVID-19 is caused by a virus called SARS space CoV-2. It is part of the coronavirus family, which includes common viruses that cause diseases ranging from the head or chest cold to more serious but more rare diseases such as severe acute respiratory syndrome SARS and Middle East respiratory syndrome MERS. Why is coronavirus named COVID-19? The World Health Organization, WHO, has decided to name the disease caused by the novel coronavirus COVID-19 and refer to the virus that causes it as COVID-19 virus. CO for corona, VI for virus, D for disease, and 19 for the year the outbreak was first identified in late 2019. Who was first infected with COVID-19 in India? On January 27, 2020, a 20 years old female presented at the Emergency Department of General Hospital, Thrissur, Kerala, with a 1 day history of dry cough and sore throat. Which is the best medicine for COVID cough? If you have a wet cough with a lot of mucus, you may want to take an expectorant to help get the mucus out. If you have a dry cough, you need a cough suppressant. Make sure you have selected the correct one for pain. Try acetaminophen. When did coronavirus start? January 10, 2020. Who announced that the outbreak in Wuhan, China is caused by 2019 novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV. CDC publishes information about 2019 novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV on its website. Can animals get COVID-19? The virus that causes COVID-19 can spread from pupil to animals during close contact pets around the world, including cats and dogs, have become infected with the virus that causes COVID-19 mostly after close contact with pupil who have COVID-19. The risk of spreading COVID-19 from pets to pupil is low. What is the full form of corona? COVID-19 coronavirus diseases 2019. SARS-CoV-2 2019 nCoV is the official name for the disease caused by the coronavirus. Informal name corona. See coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19 for details. What is the full form of virus? The virus stands in for vital information resources under siege. It refers to the type of malicious software or malware that can harm your data, files and software through replication. How do the symptoms of COVID last? Most people with coronavirus COVID-19 feel better within a few days or weeks after their first symptoms and make a full recovery within 12 weeks. In some people, symptoms may last longer. When did the COVID vaccine start? Millions of COVID-19 vaccines have been given since December 2020. Researchers at Mayo Clinic and other medical centers continue to study more vaccines that could prevent COVID-19. What are the new symptoms of COVID? all variants including Omicron BAS cause similar COVID-19 symptoms. Running nose, cough, sore throat, fever, headache, muscle pain, tiredness. What is the full form of COVID-2? Research is being done to find a cure for COVID-19 and to prevent infection with SARS-CoV-2, also called severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2. What is the full form RT-PCR test? The reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction test is also known as the RT-PCR test. It is a gold standard test for the diagnosis of viral diseases such as Ebola and SARS-CoV-2 virus infection. Are coronavirus DNA or RNA viruses? Coronaviruses CoV enveloped positive sense RNA viruses are characterized by club-like spikes that project from their surface and unusually large RNA genome and a unique replication strategy. By wearing a mask, we can stop the COVID-19 coronavirus to some extent by staying far away. It is suddenly in awe, this wind is unknown, and we are so populated, suddenly helpless. They were virus corona, sensation is COVID-19 virus corona. They were virus corona, they were virus corona. It is suddenly in awe, this wind is unknown, and we are so populated, suddenly helpless. They were virus corona, they were virus corona. Don't touch anyone, everyone apart from everyone else. Scary atmosphere, will it die as a stranger? They were virus corona, they were virus corona. That one is COVID-19 virus corona. They were virus corona, they were virus corona. Don't touch anyone, everyone apart from everyone else. Scary atmosphere, will it die as a stranger? They were virus corona, they were virus corona. It is suddenly in awe, This wind is unknown, and we are so populated. Suddenly hell village. They virus corona. They virus corona. Breathless rivers of blood disturbed. Even after dying, none happened. Neither Hindu, Christian, nor Muslim. Everyone burned to ashes. They wear virus corona. They wear virus corona. Breathless rivers of blood storm. Even after dying, none happened. Neither Hindu, Christian, or Muslim. Everyone burned to ashes. They wear virus corona. They wear virus corona. It is suddenly in a wave. This wind is unknown, and we are so populated. Suddenly hell village. They wear virus corona. Sensationless COVID-19 virus corona. They wear virus corona. They wear virus corona. It is suddenly in a wave. This wind is unknown, and we are so populated. Suddenly hell village. They wear virus corona. They wear virus corona. COVID-19 coronavirus suddenly becoming a curse for us human life is a big push in the history of creation. A big question has remained whether this virus, bacteria, spores, etc. We know that there are viruses, bacteria source, etc. all life on earth. But this after this kind of attack of COVID virus, this question is bound to arise. In this environment of ours, this virus, bacteria source, etc. are living, and how does it reproduce? Can a virus create a lineage in an open environment? For example, where viruses live. A virus is a submicroscopic infectious agent that replicates within the living cells of an organism. Viruses infect all life forms, from animals and plants to microorganisms, including bacteria and archaea. What do viruses do in the environment? Viruses are important microbial predators that affect global biogeochemical cycles and drive microbial evolution. Although their impact is often not appreciated, viruses reproduce by attaching to and transferring their genetic material to a host cell. Do viruses have a lineage? Viruses belonging to the lineage share a common innate self that refers to the structural and assembly principles of the virion. There are some consequences of this hypothesis. All viruses are old, probably predating cellular life, and virus origins are polyphyletes as opposed to the idea of a monosphetic origin of cellular life. Do viruses grow in response to the environment? Viruses are not made of cells. They cannot keep themselves in a stationary state. They do not grow and they cannot make their own energy, even though they certainly replicate and adapt to their environment. Viruses are more like androids than actual living organisms. What is virus lineage? A lineage is a group of closely related viruses with a common ancestor. There are multiple lineages of SARS-CoV-2, all because of COVID-19 variant. A variant is a viral genome genetic code that may contain one or more mutations. Which lineage of viruses is the largest? Megavirus. Overall genome structure and DNA content. The genome of megavirus is a linear double standard DNA molecule with a size of 1,259,197 BP, 74.76% A plus T, making it the largest described viral genome. Do viruses maintain a stable internal environment? Viruses have no way of controlling their internal environment and do not maintain their homeostasis. Can the virus be in the fetus? COVID-19 risks to pregnant women and baby. Transmission of COVID-19 from mother to child during pregnancy is unlikely, but after birth, close contact with an infected person, including the mother and other caregivers, can infect a newborn baby. Can the virus get to the fetus? Some viruses can directly infect the fetus at specific times during pregnancy, while some only infect the placenta. Both conditions can result in severe birth defects or pregnancy loss. Can sperm carry bacteria? Sperm bacterial contamination is fairly frequent and may contribute to a decline in the sperm quality of infertile men. Can viruses be cultured in eggs? Growing influenza virus in eggs is the oldest method of making flu vaccines. Scientists inject a live virus into an embryo egg, allow the virus to replicate, collect the replicas, purify them and then kill them. They use those inactivated viruses to make the flu vaccine. Means virus bacteria are born in the cell of every life. The two, as soon as every life is formed. Means whatever. Guys, I think we are the virus. If we can produce sperm through ovum and the sperm egg can also be infected with the virus, then we ourselves are virus friends. You may believe it or not, friends, but I will keep on running this thing by screaming. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Life goes on here. Life is there too. Our little life, there is a better life. Happy to go there. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. If it's bigger than the earth, maybe that planet is something special. We have to win. This is so pace. Happy to get there somehow. Happy to get there somehow. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We Arey no less. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. COVID-19 coronavirus is a virus, means like a germ, means a microscopic pandemic disease like virus, which is actually a molecular organ like life force. But despite being a life force, this COVID-19 coronavirus does not have a vein or an artery. Actually, the sperm or egg is the creator of life, but the sperm or egg itself is not veined. But when the sperm and egg combine to form an embryo, only then veins are formed in that embryo. This COVID-19 coronavirus is also half-life force like sperm and egg. Why only the COVID-19 coronavirus? All viruses are like half-life force. Does not require blood vessels. Like blood vessels are not needed in sperm and egg. But one thing to think about, which is blood vessels are needed as soon as the embryo is formed. Then why are blood vessels not needed until the virus dies? The sperm eventually aspires to unite with the ovum to obtain a complete life body. So, does the virus not have the desire to get a full life body? Or are the mothers who make the embryo do not have viruses at all? That's why maybe that half-life force virus dies by creating replicas in the cells and blood vessels of life. COVID-19 coronavirus or virus itself does not do respiration, but our breathing stops the process very well. Salute COVID-19 coronavirus. Thank you very much. In the blood carbon dioxide and oxygen through breathing, oh this is life. In the pocket of the heart, breezes is an invitation. On the lung, by the winds, oxygen is drawn. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen through breathing. Oh, if this is life, through breathing. Oh, if this is life. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen through breathing. Oh, if this is life, through breathing. Oh, if this is life. Oxygen reaches in every corner of the body. Carbon dioxide then back to the earth. This is transportation job happens through blood. This is transaction. Oxygen, carbon dioxide through breathing. Oxygen reaches in every corner of the body. Carbon dioxide then back to the earth. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Stop breathing. Always this life in the pocket of the heart. Breeze is an invitation and the lungs by the winds oxygen is down in the blood carbon dioxide and oxygen. Stop breathing. Always this life. Stop breathing. Always this life in the blood carbon dioxide and oxygen. Stop breathing. Always this life. Stop breathing. Always this life. This motion of life is not like that. This motion is only through breathe. What is this breathe? What is breathe? To draw air in and to expel it from the lungs to breathe. Broadly speaking, taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide through natural process, inhale and exhale freely. Why do we breathe? When you breathe in, air enter your lungs and oxygen from that air moves into your blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide, a waste gas, moves from your blood to the lungs and is exhaled. This process called gas exchange is essential for life. How long does it take to breathe? Normal breathing when we are resting looks like this. Breathe in, inhale for 1 to 1.5 seconds. Breathe out, exhale for 1.5 to 2 seconds. What is the rate of breathing? Respiratory rate is the rate at which breathing occurs. It is determined and controlled by the respiratory center of the brain. A person's respiratory rate is usually measured in breaths per minute. Caval blood velocities during breath hold showed marked heart beats. Maximum during ventricular systole and minimum or reversed in atrial systole. The peak velocity during ventricular systole ranges from 30 to 45 cm per second in the interior and 10 to 35 cm per second in the superior vena cava. What is the normal speed of blood? Arterial blood flow velocity was measured from 4.9 to 19 cm per second, while venous blood flow was much slower at 1.5 to 7.1 centimeter per second. Considering the corresponding vessel diameter from 800 to 1.8 mm, blood flow rates of 3.0 to 26 ml per minute in arteries and 1.2 by 4.8 ml per minute in veins are obtained. What is the rate of blood flow in the lungs? About 5 to 6 liters per minute. Abstract: the blood flow through the lungs of a human weighing 600 grams is approximately 5 to 6 liters per minute. What is the speed of blood in km? You have about 5.6 liters, 6 quarters of blood in your body. This 5.6 liters of blood circulates through the body 3 times per minute in one day. Blood travels a total of 19,000 kilometers, 12,000 miles, 4 times the distance from coast to coast across the Americas. What is the flow rate of oxygen? Oxygen flow rate refers to the amount of oxygen gas being delivered to your body and is usually measured in liters per minute, LPM. Do not change your oxygen flow without taking to your doctor. Some respiratory conditions get worse when you use a higher or lower flow rate. Human and animal data show that a blood flow rate of 250 ml per minute removes 40 to 60 ml CO2 per minute. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, which accounts for 20 to 25% of total CO2 production in patients is at rest, while increasing the blood flow rate to 1000 ml per minute removes approximately 150 ml of CO2 per minute. By the way, this motion of blood is not only for oxygen and carbon dioxide, it also transports nutrients to every corner of the body. This motion of blood. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen through breathing always they lie. In the pocket of the heart, breezes is an invitation. On the lung, by the winds, oxygen is drawn. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen through breathing always they lie. Through breathing always they lie. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen Stop breathing. Always this life. Stop breathing. Always this life. Oxygen reaches in every corner of the body. Carbon dioxide then back to the earth. This transportation job happens so blood. This transaction, oxygen, carbon dioxide, through breathing. Oxygen reaches in every corner of the body. Carbon dioxide then back to the earth. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Stop breathing. Always this life. In the pocket of the heart, breezes is an invitation. And the lungs by the winds, oxygen is drawn. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Stop breathing. Always this life. Stop breathing. Always this life. In the blood, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Stop breathing. Always this life. Stop breathing. Always this life. The world we call the earth, and the earth is also called, whose strange poor truth is life. You know guys, why life is famous here? Survival of lives only during the process of respiration. What is the respiration process? They bring oxygen into our body called inspiration or inhalation, and send carbon dioxide out called expiration or exhalation. This exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide is called respiration. Why is it called respiration? Cellular respiration works either in the presence of absence of oxygen, but essentially the process is called cellular respiration because the cell respires in such a way that it takes in molecular oxygen as the electron acceptor and releases carbon dioxide as the end product. What is respiration? The lungs and respiratory system allows us to breathe. They bring oxygen into our body called inspiration or inhalation and send carbon dioxide out called expiration or exhalation. This exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide is called respiration. What is respiration and sutra? Aerobic respiration occurs in the mitochondria and requires oxygen and glucose and produces carbon dioxide, water and energy. The chemical equation is C6H1206 plus 6O2 cover 6 CO2 plus 6H2O, glucose plus oxygen, carbon dioxide plus water. Was this answer helpful? What is respiration and its types? Respiration, the process of releasing energy by oxidation of blood, is called respiration. There are two types of respiration: aerobic and anaerobic. What is an example of respiration? It may be associated with respiration, which is the process of moving gases into and out of the external environment. A function similar to that of the lungs and other structures such as the gills, who is responsible for respiration. The respiratory center is located in the medulla oblongata and is involved in the minute to minute control of breathing. One, which cell is responsible for respiration in humans? Responsible for respiration. While most aerobic respiration with oxygen occurs in the cell's mitochondria, and anaerobic respiration without oxygen occurs within the cell's cytoplasm. What is responsible for the respiratory rate? The most important function of breathing is to supply oxygen to the body and balance the carbon dioxide levels. In most situation, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide (PCO2) or the concentration of carbon dioxide controls the respiratory rate. Which cells help in respiration? Answer A. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are involved in cellular respiration. How is respiration controlled? The respiration rhythm center located in the medulla region of the brain is primarily responsible for the regulation of respiration. The pneumotoxic center can replace the work done by the respiratory rhythm center by signaling it to reduce the inspiratory rate. All the parts of life belong to life itself, but the survival of life depends only on the atmosphere. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Life goes on here. Life is there too. Our little life. There is a better life. Happy to go there. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. If it's bigger than the earth, maybe that planet is something special. We have it to win. This is slow pace. Happy to get there somehow. Happy to get there somehow. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. The most important thing is, friends, our whole body is dependent on the external environment only through breathing. But see, a surprising truth, friends, the atmosphere in our bodies, this overflowing blood, cannot interact directly in any way. There the inner heart is engaged in the work of making contact between the two. The two through only two nostrils. By the way, we eat air too and also removes it through every cell of our body. How do cells get out of the vessels? How to remove air or water to every cell without blood vessels? Researchers report online today in Cell reports that by sustaining their bulky nuclear and pushing them to the front edge of their cells, white blood cells probe and squeeze the scaffolding into blood vessels walls. Which cells make blood vessels? Endothelial cells line all blood vessels. In the finest branches of the vascular tree, capillaries and sinusoid sides, the walls consist of nothing but endothelial cells and a basal lamina Figures 22 to 23, together with a few scattered but functionally important parasites. Do blood vessels reach every cell? Every time your heart beats, it pumps blood along a network of tubes called blood vessels. This network, along with your heart, is known as the circulatory system, and it reaches every cell in your body. Your blood travels in a never-ending cycle, supplying and removing waste. Which part of our skin does not have blood vessels? There are no blood vessels in the epidermis, and cells in the deepest layers are nourished by diffusion from blood. Capillaries present in the upper layers of the dermis. Which cells do not have blood vessels? The only living cells in the body that are not directly served by blood vessels are the cornea in the eye. What if we didn't have blood vessels in our body? The only part of the body that does not have a blood supply is the cornea in the eye. It takes oxygen directly from the air. Think, guys, in our whole body, only our two eyes makes the journey complete without any hindrance. This eyes and this mind, how far the sky touches. Herein, the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind, how far the sky touches. Herein, the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Takes away of eyes. How can any other life get trapped? This impulse, this conscience, how can the mind achieve? It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Takes away of eyes. How can any other life get trapped? This impulse, this conscience, how can the mind achieve? It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eye and this mind, how far the sky touches. Herein, the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind, how far the sky touches here in the moment there. This body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Dreams are the reason for the eyes. How to change mind every moment. And Jill and enthusiasm. How to win the stage of victory. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Dreams are the reason for the eyes. How to change mind every moment. And Jill and enthusiasm. How to win the stage of victory. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind. How far the sky touches here in the moment there. This body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind. How far the sky touches here in the moment there. This body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dim. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Friends, don't you get annoyed by this act of the eyes? I get so distracted. What are these eyes? To whom do the mind tell? How is a dream formed? Why there is no distance between near and far in dreams? All these questions haunt me every moment. For example, what are eyes? Your eyes are the organs that allow you to see. They pick up light from the world around you and send visual information to your brain. Your eyes can see about 200 degrees in all directions, including those in front of you and to the side. Peripheral vision. What is the definition and function of eye? Eye is a sensory organ. It collects light from the visible world around us and converts it into nerve impulses. The optic nerve transmits these signals to the brain, which produces an image that provides vision. What is mind? Mind is a set of faculties responsible for all mental phenomena. Often the term is also identified with the event itself. These faculties include thought, imagination, memory, will and sensation. What is mind in physiology? N1. Broadly speaking, all intellectual and physiology phenomena of an organism encompassing the motivational, affective, behavioral, perceptual and cognitive systems, that is the organized totally of an organism's mental and mental processes, and the structural and functional cognitive components on which they depend. Is the mind the mind? The mind is related to the brain. The two forms and often used interchangeably. The brain is considered to be a physical object. The mind is considered to be mental. Brain versus mind. Brain, it is made up of blood vessels and nerve cells. Mind, it is not made up any cells and is imaginary. How powerful is our mind? Our mind is the most powerful tool that we can use for all levels of success in life. Our thoughts shape who we are and who we will become, as well as affecting our physical well-being and our emotional state. The power of the mind is a tool we are still discovering and just getting started. Dream. A dream is a sequence of images, thoughts, feelings and sensations that usually occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. Humans spend about 2 hours per night dreaming, and each dream lasts about 5 to 20 minutes. Although the dreamer may dream longer than this. What does it mean to dream? What are dreams? Dreams are a universal human experience that can be described as a stage of consciousness characterized by sensory, cognitive, and emotional events during sleep. The dreamer has reduced control over the activation of content, visual images and memory. I would say this, friends, there is some contact between the eyes and the dreams, and there is a lot of similarity too. But there is a one thing, friends. We had won the fire first, then we used to win the electricity, and today we have won the solar power also. But what we can't conquer is motion. This coal, this gas, this diesel, petrol, this electricity, this solar power, this is not our victory. Our victory is that matchbox and that matchsticks. In the same way, our victory will be the understanding of the movement of the eye and the mind, friends. The speed of light is not our victory. This eye and this mind, how far the sky touches, herein the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in dreams. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind. How far the sky touches. Herein the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Takes away of eyes. How can any other life get trapped? This impulse, this conscience. How can the mind achieve? It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Takes away of eyes. How can any other life get trapped? This impulse, this conscience. How can the mind achieve? It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind. How far the sky touches. Herein the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind. How far the sky touches. Herein the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Dreams are the reason for the eyes. How to change mind every moment. And guilt and enthusiasm. How to win the stage of victory. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. Dreams are the reason for the eyes. how to change mind every moment, and jill and enthusiasm, how to win the stage of victory. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This is eyes and this is mine. How far the sky touches. Herein the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in a dream. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This eyes and this mind. How far the sky touches. Herein the moment there, this body of mine is floating. It is also called emotion. How that sky in dim. It is also called emotion. It is also called emotion. This data were two eyes so that we can watch live broadcast open state. What exactly are these two eyes? Man has two eyes, but even with binocular two-eyed vision, we see only one image. This is thanks to our brains working hard to interpret input coming in through both eyes. Because human eyes are locked together in front of our heads, both eyes look at more or less the same thing at the same time. How eyes work? When light hits the retina, a light sensitivity layer of tissue at the back of the eye, specialized cells called photoreceptor convert the light into electrical signals. These electrical signals travel from the retina through the optic nerve to the brain. The brain then transforms the signals into the images you see. How does the eye work step by step? How does the eye work? Step 1. Light enters the eye through the cornea. Stage 2. The pupil adjusts in response to the light. Step 3. The lens focuses the light onto the retina. Step 4. Light is focused on the retina. Step 5. The optic nerve transmits visual information to the brain. How does the eye read eye movement? The way we read is not always linear. Our eyes prefer to explore the environment visually, and the same is the case when we process text. By combining the two movement patterns to distinguish word shapes, our vision pinballs around to scan words in the motion of saccades and fixations. How are eyes made? The eye is made up of three layers which surround the optically clear aqueous humor, the lens and the vitreous body. The outermost covering consists of the cornea and the sclera. The middle coat is the main blood supply to the eye and consists of the choroid, ciliary body and iris from back to front. How do eyes see color? Light travels to the retina at the back of the eye. The retina is covered with millions of light sensitive cells called rods and corneas. When these cells detect light, they send signals to the brain. Cone cells help in detecting colors. What are the seven structures of the eyes? The part of the human eye are sclera, cornea, eye pupil, student, lens, retina, optic nerve. Do eyes tell emotion? Your eyes communicate much more than you may realize. In fact, they play a huge role in your non-verbal communication. Consciously or not, the way you move your eyes, look at someone, blink or make eye contact can say a lot about what you are thinking and feeling. How does the mind see? The brain uses the light signals detected by the cone photoreceptors of the retina as building blocks for color perception. The three types of cone photoreceptor detect light over a range of wavelength. The brain blends and categorizes these signals to perceive color in a process that is not well understood. What do the eyes of love look like? Dilated pupils when in love. According to the Chicago Tribune research conducted by the University of Chicago shows that if someone is looking at something or someone they like, their Pupils will dilate without them realizing it. How far can the human eye see? It also depends on the amount of dust and pollution in the air, which usually limits normal vision to less than 12 miles. However, in 1941, Selig H. a vision scientist, discovered that with a clear, unobstructed view, the human eye could see flickering candlelight about 30 miles away. Two eyes, but we see the same thing. But friends, tiger hunts right by seeing two objects. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Life goes on here. Life is there too. Our little life, there is a better life. Happy to go there. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. If it's bigger than the earth, maybe that planet is something special. We have to win. This is so pain. Happy to get there somehow. Happy to get there somehow. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. The job of the eyes is to see, and this mind of ours is a wonderful feeling. Friends, what is called mind? Mind is often understood as a faculty that manifests itself in such mental phenomena as sensation, perception, thinking, reasoning, memory, belief, desire, emotion, and motivation. Mind or mentality is usually compared with body, matter of materiality. What are the three parts of the mind? When discussing the mind, there are three basic areas to consider: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. The conscious mind is that part of which we are aware and think. What is the best definition of mind? Noun in a human or other conscious being. The element, part, substance or process that causes, thinks, feels, wills, experience, judges, etc. The processes of the human mind, physiology, the totality of conscious and unconscious mental processes and activities. What is mind power? Our mind is the most powerful tool that we can use for all levels of success in life. Our thoughts shape who we are and who we will become, as well as affecting our physical well-being and our emotional state. The power of the mind is a tool we are still discovering and just getting started. Is the mind an organ? As it turns out, your brain is not actually a muscle. It's an organ that actually plays a big role in controlling the muscles throughout your body. Who protects the brain? The skull protects the brain from injury. The skull and the bones that together protect the face and called the skull. Between the skull and the brain are the meninges, which are three layers of tissue that cover and protect the brain and spinal cord. What is the difference between mind and eye? What is the relation between the mind and the eye? Like other parts of our body, our eyes also connect with the brain. In fact, there is a literal line from the eyeball to the brain, and that line is known as the optic nerve. Do we see with our eyes or mind? But we don't see with our eyes. We actually see with our minds, and it takes time for the world to get there. At least 70 milliseconds elapse from the time the light hits the retina to the time the signal travels along the brain pathways that process visual information. Is the mind's eye the same as the imagination? Our ability to imagine, the ability to see things in the mind's eye, is an important part of our ability to imagine. About 2 to 3% of the population with aphantasia lack the mind's eye, while a somewhat larger percentage with hyperphantasia, a fantasy that is as vivid as real seeing. What is the eye of the mind? The phrase mind's eye refers to the part of your mind that allows you to visualize mind, things, to see them in your imagination when you see something in your mind's eye. You are picturing it in your mind. What is the speed of mind? Thoughts are superior to light in speed, while light travels at 186,000 miles per second. Thoughts travel in literally no time. Thought is subtler than the medium of electricity. There is no time for the speed of mind's anxiety power, where the sun rays take about 8 minutes to reach our earth. Majesty of the sun, ray, run. So be the solar system turns around, ray, flow. One is it the goal? Burn every moment. Ray, space out. Ray, space out. These 9 planets have we muscle. Ray, is it the creation of? Ray, is it the creation of majesty of the sun? Ray, run. So be the solar system turns around, ray, flows, majesty of the sun, ray, run. There is light, there is also a shadow, cause there is a light, ray, every single planet under the sun, gravity draws is a light, there is also a shadow. Cause there is a light, ray, always, ray, always. Every single planet under the sun, gravity draws, ray, says, ray, says, majesty of the sun, ray, run, ray, run. So with the solar system turns around, ray, flows, ray, flows, majesty of the sun, ray, run, ray, run. The day and the night we see, it's actually happening because of the sun. What is the sun? But there's one thing, guys. The sun itself is not coming to make the day and this night. The rays of the sun are making this day and this night. What is this beam? Are these planets rotating due to the sun, or because of the rays these planets are rotating? Guys, my mind is distracted. What is this gravity? All these questions are traveling my mind. For example, the sun is a star located at the center of the solar system. It is a nearly perfect ball of hot plasma heated to incandescence by nuclear fusion reactions in its core. The sun radiates this energy mainly in the form of light, ultraviolet and infrared radiation, and is the most important source of energy for life on earth. Surface temperature 5778 K, radius 696340 km, distance from earth 149.6 million kilometer, age 4.603 billion years, mass 1.989 into 10 to 30 kg, absolute magnitude 4.83, spectral type G2B, hottest part radiation, maximum temperature, color. What color is our sun? White. The color of the sun is white. The sun emits all the colors of the rainbow more or less equality, and in physics we call this combination white. This is why we can see so many different colors in the light or of the sun in the natural world. Why is it called Surya? The word sun comes from the old English word sunne itself from the old Proto-Germanic word sunnen. Surya was widely seen as a deity in ancient times, and Surya was the name of that deity. The ancient Greeks called the sun Helios, and this word is still used to describe the sun today. What size is the sun? 696,340 kilometer sun radius. Our sun is 864,000 miles in diameter and 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. Our sun is a bright, hot ball of hydrogen and helium at the center of our solar system. It is 864,000 miles, 139,200 kilometer in diameter, making it 109 times as wide as Earth. Rays. The definition of a ray in mathematics is that it is a part of a line that has a definite starting point but no end point. It can expand infinitely in one direction. Since a ray has no end point, we cannot measure its length. Fun fact, the sun's rays are an example of a ray. What is ray in science? Scientific definition of ray. Ray are a thin line or narrow beam of light or other radiation. A geometric figure consisting of that part of a line that is on one side of a point on the line. Do the planets revolve around the sun? The sun itself rotates slowly only once a month. All the planets revolve around the sun in the same direction and virtually in the same plane. Furthermore, with the exception of Venus and Uranus, they all spin in the same general direction. Why do planets revolve around the sun? The gravity of the sun keeps the planets in their orbits. They stay in their orbits because there is no other force in the solar system that can stop them. Why don't planets fall into the sun? Note, no planets fall into the sun simply because of their respective orbits. As an orbit is a path that an object takes around another object or its center of gravity on a regular, repeated basis. Planets, moons, asteroids and man-made instruments are examples of orbiting objects known as satellites. In physics, gravity is the fundamental interaction that causes the mutual attraction between all things that have mass or energy. Why is it called gravity? Newton got the idea that some invisible force must be attracting the apple towards the earth. He named this force gravity from the Latin word gravitas, which means weight. Newton realized that every object in the universe attracts every other object in the universe. Why is gravity a force? However, in a broader sense, gravity is actually a force because it describes the resultant interaction between two masses. Gravitational effects are fundamentally caused by the wrapping of space-time and the motion of objects through wrapped space-time. However, the end result is as if a force were applied. What type of force is gravity? Gravity is a type of contact force. Planets revolve around the sun, but not every planet. But what is the reason? Is radiation the cause, or is gravity the cause? Majesty of the sun, ray, run. So be the solar system turns around, ray, flows, one is it the goal, burn every moment, ray, spreads it out, ray, spreads it out, these 9 planets have muscle, ray, is it the creation of, ray, is it the creation of majesty of the sun, ray, run, so be the solar system turns around, ray, flows, majesty of the sun, ray, run, there is light, there is also a shadow, cause there is a light, ray, every single planet under the sun, gravity draws, ray, there is a light, there is also a shadow, cause there is a light, ray, every single planet under the sun. Gravity draws ray says majesty of the sun. Ray run. So be the solar system turns around. Ray flows. Majesty of the sun. Ray run. Having said the sun keeps on burning, why does the sun burn? Why is the sun made of fire? The sun undergoes nuclear fusion where hydrogen is converted into helium under high temperatures and pressures. The result of this nuclear reaction is the release of a lot of energy, and unlike burning logs, nuclear fusion doesn't require oxygen. Therefore, the sun is not on fire. Does the sun need oxygen to burn? Sun does not lack oxygen because it does not use oxygen to burn. Sun burning is not chemical combustion. This is nuclear fusion. Don't think of the sun as a giant campfire. Will the sun ever stop burning? Eventually the sun's fuel, hydrogen, will run out. When this happens, the sun will start setting. But don't worry, this shouldn't happen for about 5 billion years. After the hydrogen runs out, there will be a period of 2 to 3 billion years in which the sun will go through stage of stellar death. How long will the sun last? Stars like our sun burn for about 9 or 10 billion years. So our sun is about halfway through its life. But don't worry, it still has about 5 billion years left. Is the sun a solid or a gas? Sun is our nearest star. It is, as are all stars, a hot ball of gas composed mostly of hydrogen. The sun is so hot that most of the gas is actually plasma, the fourth state of matter. Can fire burn in space? Fire cannot start in space itself because there is no oxygen or really anything else in a vacuum. Yet within the confines of a spacecraft and free of gravity, flames behave in strange and beautiful ways. They burn at cold temperatures into unfamiliar shapes and are powered by unusual chemistry. Is there lava in the sun? Something strange seemed to be the dark spikes coming out of the glare and flows down. How does the sun burn? Infrared is radiation, which is heat. Visible is the light that our eyes can see. There is also ultraviolet light. We cannot see UV rays with our eyes, but it can burn our skin. The sun keeps our planet warm enough for living things to thrive. It gives us light by which we can see, but it can also burn us. What is the reason for this irritation? All about energy. The sun sends a lot of energy towards us all the time. There are a few different types of energy. Infrared is radiation, which is heat. Visible is the light that our eyes can see. There is also ultraviolet light. We can't see ultraviolet with our eyes, but it's there and it can burn our skin. Waves. Infrared radiation, visible light and ultraviolet light are all types of waves in the electromagnetic spectrum. They are all energy, but these energy waves are not all the same. Some have more energy than others. Infrared waves have less energy than visible light waves. Infrared waves are longer with more space between each high and low. Ultraviolet waves have more energy than visible light. It is this energy that can hurt us. Feel jealous. It too much UV light hits our skin. Over time, it can damage our skin cells. Cells can die and our bodies react. The skin turns red and it can hurt a lot. Ultraviolet light comes from the sun, but it can also bounce off other surfaces like water, snow and concrete. This means that even if you are under an umbrella, you can still get a sunburn. Ultraviolet light can also pass through clouds, so you can get burned on a cloudy day on fair. No fair. You can protect your skin by doing things that block UV rays from reaching you. Dresses and hats are a good way to keep those waves away. Sunblock contains chemicals that can reflect or absorb ultraviolet light, keeping your skin free from sunburn. How does the sun burn if there is no oxygen in space? The most familiar example involves atmosphere oxygen, such as streaking a match to produce a flame. The sun, in contrast, gives of its great heat and light by breaking together hydrogen atoms in its core. This is a nuclear reaction, and the process is known as nuclear fusion. This way you can enjoy other energy, visible light and infrared heat from the sun. What are rays? In optics, a ray is an idealized geometric model of light or other electromagnetic radiation obtained by choosing a curve that is perpendicular to the wave function of real light, and that points in the direction of energy flow. What are rays in physics? Light traveling in a straight line in any one direction is called a ray of light. A group of light rays emanating from a source is called a beam of light. If the sun is a burning ember, so Kiran is the heat of jealousy, means the smell of burning. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain if someone is higher than us. We are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Life goes on here. Life is there too. Our little life, there is a better life. Happy to go there. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are in knowledge. We are in knowledge. Hey dude, Let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are knowledge. We are knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. If it's bigger than the earth, maybe that planet is something special. We have to win. This is so pain. Happy to get there somehow. Happy to get there somehow. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. If someone is higher than us, we are knowledge. We are knowledge. Hey dude, let's go somewhere in the other sky. We are happy to explain. We are happy to explain. Friends, a lot of dishes are being prepared in my neighbor's house. And here to my house I am drooling. Why does this happen? Friends, guess the dish utensil is the sun for a while, and the one that's spewing smoke, that's beam. Then this is the smell I'm getting. What is this? What does the smell mean? What is the simple form of smell? The verb smell, when used by an Australian or a British, has two past tense forms, smell and smell. However, for people in the United States and Canada, it usually has only one form, the smell. How many types of smell are there? Scientists have classified odors into 10 basic categories: aromatic, woody, resinous, peppermint, sweet, chemical, popcorn, lemon, fruity, non-citrus, pungent, and rotten. Sense of smell. The sense of smell or olfaction is the specialized sense through which smells are perceived. The sense of smell has many functions, including the detection of desired foods, threats, and pheromones, and plays a role in taste. How do you describe the smell? Image result for what is the smell. An odor is a pleasant or unpleasant quality of something that you notice when you breathe in through your nose. To smell is to notice or recognize the smell of something. What is smell in science? Your ability to smell is called olfaction. Your sense of smell depends on your nose detecting teeny particles in the air called odorants. Sulfur particles are released from their source for many different reasons. What is smell made of? An odor is created when a substance releases molecules, particles into the air for us to detect a smell. Those molecules need to enter our nose. The more volatile the substance, the more easily it leaves molecules, the stronger its odor. What is the definition of taste and smell? The perception of smell occurs when substances is the air pass through the nose and stimulate the olfactory smell nerve. Taste or flavor is experienced when the taste buds into your mouth react to substance dissolved in saliva. The four basic tastes are salty, sweet, sour and bitter. Smell is actually a sense, but actually the smell is a reality that is generated by burning that run like rays, that is called speed. What is actually motion that spreads either in the air or in the vapor.